Hello everyone and welcome back to Maths and Physics with Mr. Simons. In this grade 11 Euclidean geometry lesson, we're just trying to simplify by ensuring you know your types of triangles and how we're going to go about solving triangles. Right? So, first up, we have my types of triangles. So by now I assume you'll know what's a scalene triangle. I'm just revising, because these triangles will appear in our circles and so on when we have to solve these problems later on. So scalene triangles, no sides are equal. You see 1, 2, 3, they're not equal, and therefore not one of those angles are equal to each other. Isosceles triangle, which can appear a lot. Remember, line from a center is perpendicular, or not perpendicular, line from center to the circumference of a circle is a radii, and most of the time we have two lines from the center which are equal, therefore they form an isosceles triangle because the two sides are equal and then the two angles are equal. Right? And there you can see angles opposite equal sides are equal. We're going to have a statement that says equal sides subtends equal angles and so on. Right? But the isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. Right? Then we have an equilateral triangle. This one from grade 9 we've been using to catch learners out. Right? If all sides are equal, that means all three angles have to be equal. Right? Now remember, the angles in a triangle must add up to 180, and 180 divided by 3 gives me 60 degrees. Right? So an equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. All angles are equal to each other. And that size then there, all angles are equal to 60 degrees. Alright? And the last triangle that we will use a lot, especially using theorem 1, is called a right angle triangle. One angle must be equal to 90 degrees, which in this case is angle B. Right? Now, angles in a triangle, number 1, we need to know the sum of angles in a triangle will always equal 180. So the three angles in a triangle must always add up to 180. So we have triangle ABC there, that's 40, that's 80, that's 60. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C must be 180 degrees. And my reason, we say the sum of angles in a triangle equal 180 degrees. So 40 plus 60 is 100. 100 plus 80 gives me 180. So as you can see, 180 equal 180. So the sum of angles in a triangle. Right? So that one we'll also use to solve problems. And then we have exterior angle of a triangle. So you need to know the exterior angle of a triangle always equal the sum of the two opposite interior angles. Right? So if this is 120, given the angle next to it, remember angles on a straight line must add up to 180. So 120 plus 60 gives me 180. Alright? So if that's 60 degrees, that means the other two angles in a triangle, remember angles in a triangle must add up to 180. So if I take 180 minus 60 away, then I'm left with 120. So those two angles will always add up to 120. Right? So you see the angle P2 equal angle BAC. So the middle letter there gives me the angle I'm working with. No? BAC and BCA. So BCA. So there again the middle letter is C. So I'm working with angle C. That gives me 40 plus 80, which is 120. And as you can see, P2 is also 120. Right? And my reason, exterior angle of a triangle equal the sum of the opposite interior angles, or in short we just say exterior angle of a triangle. Right? So that we will also have to know and use when we're going to be solving problems. This is now just refreshing all the things you've learned over the years from grade 8 up to grade 10 or end of grade 10. Right? So if given DBC equal 100 degrees, so DBC, that angle there is 100 degrees. Angle A is 40 degrees. Find the size of CBA. So we want the size here of blue and then angle C. Right, so to get CBA, there's 100 there, so that two angles together are on a straight line, so they must add up to 180. So CBA equal 180 minus the 100 degrees given there. Angles on a straight line, 180 minus 100, then gives me 80 degrees. Right? Therefore then, angle C, remember angles in a triangle must add up to 180, so it's going to be 180 minus the 40 given minus the 80 we found. Right? Sum of angles in a triangle, and that there, 180 minus 120, then gives me 60 degrees. Therefore, by inspection, angle C plus angle A equals 60 plus 40, which equal 100. As you can see, the exterior angle there also equal 100. So there I could have just said C is 60 plus 40 because of exterior angle of a triangle. Right? So these are just basics. I hope you practice through it and understand it. You'll see when we do more complex geometry problems later on in the other videos we're posting here on our YouTube channel. Alright, a lot of these things will appear in it and so on, and I assume then you've practiced and remembered all of it, right? Continue working hard. God bless. Bye.